In digital media, students entering the program can take either beginning journalism or multimedia production. Multimedia production is divided into 4 main units. The first is photography, second is videography, graphic design, and we finish out the year with web design.
I remember coming into multimedia freshman year, that was my favorite class the entire year, and it continued to be throughout the year because what we were learning about was so different. It was very hands-on and different from just sitting there and writing and taking notes. We would learn what we were doing and then we'd go sit in a lab and we would actually do it in the same day, and that was a completely different type of learning. And I could tell everyone in the class was there because they wanted to be there. You choose it as your elective, so everyone had the same interests and everyone helps out one another. And so I think it's for students who want that kind of sense of camaraderie among their other students, and they also want to be able to sit down one-on-one with their teacher and talk about the product that they're making, because there's a lot more one-on-one time between teachers and students, and kids are able to explore their creative side a lot more with digital media classes.
By being in the Digital Media SLC, I was exposed to more of the technology side of our high school curriculum. With that, I gained access to the Mac lab that we have, the studio, the resources that Mr. McCarthy provides to us in the Digital Media SLC.
It is one thing to learn how to use and handle the equipment within this program, and it's something we teach very well, but it is equally important for students to learn how to produce quality communication using these digital tools.
In Jane in a newspaper, we're working to create one broadcast or put out one print newspaper, put up a variety of stories online, and so the students are constantly reminded that they should be helping the people around them and not just working strictly on what they think they should be doing. They know that other people need help, and that's what needs to happen in order to get the final product accomplished. JNN has given me so many positive experiences. Being my 3rd year on the staff, I can see from the point of view of someone with experience, seeing all these kids who are learning what I learned in past years, and it's really awesome to see them be able to excel and that I can trust them, that they know what they're doing now. Like even last night when I was watching Melissa edit, she knew what she was doing and I didn't have to sit there and tell her. I remember I was explaining to her something pretty in-depth on how the step-by-step, oh, you need to do this and this and this, and she stopped me and interrupted me. She's like, I know, Catherine, and I was like, okay, then I'm just gonna leave you to it. And that was really awesome to see her being able to excel, knowing that I took part in teaching her how to do that.
While going to the National Journalism Convention in Boston, my assignment was to interview Mary Beth Tinker, who is part of a National Supreme Court ruling. I had to work as a reporter, not only just to write a story up, get quotes, get photos, get video, just compile it all together, working on my own. And with that, it really allowed me to actually strike up the nerve to speak to someone who has a higher title than just the average Joe. And that was cool, just that I got to meet her, and not only that, but actually write up a story on her, create a video, and speak to her in person. Okay, maybe I am kind of good at this, maybe it's more than just a hobby. And just that exposure and the connection really showed me a lot, and it's actually changed how I feel towards journalism, as now it's a big part of my life.
Music Tech is a class designed for non-musicians, really. Well, the non-traditional band or orchestra kid. Basically somebody who's not enrolled in a band class or an orchestra class that is interested in music. Maybe they play guitar, maybe they play bass, piano, maybe they sing or whatever, and they want a place to explore that to a greater depth. In this case, what they're doing is that they're doing it with a computer and with a MIDI keyboard, and they're learning how to create music, mix music, and really song form, basic music theory, those kinds of things, so that they can go create on their own. And they can do it in our lab.
Business would appeal to a particular student that would be interested in taking over their parents' business, or maybe becoming a financial officer. They're thinking of going to take an accounting class that may lead them into a chief financial officer position. They also, sometimes they're interested in becoming a bookkeeper. There are also even positions that maybe they're influenced by a career of choice, and they may take it and say it's for them or it's not for them. But yeah, and then the FBLA kind of supports that further, where they get to compete in different events such as business ethics, business law, management decision making, impromptu speaking, public speaking, The students are given multitude of levels. If they place at this section, they can go on to state. They can then go on to national. And that would be our ultimate goal, is to win a national title.